So this is where I am. I am at one of my compost piles, and I shoveled up 2 nice 5-gallon buckets. Yep, even the bones will go right around them. Nice, beautiful compost. Now, these are going around my grapevines. Years ago, what all I was doing, folks, well, right up until 2 years ago, I think, I was putting regular compost around the base of my plants. I would put a little bit before rain in the spring, and then every 3 or 4 weeks throughout the summer, I would put some more compost down. Someone I know that's been growing grapes for years, he told me that I wasn't putting enough compost down for fertilizer. He told me that my grapes would benefit from a whole 5-gallon bucket around each grapevine of composted chicken coop litter. 5-gallon bucket. I thought that was excessive, but I went with what he was telling me. I didn't do all of my grapevines, but I did about half as a trial. And folks, the ones that received the 5-gallon pail of chicken composted chicken coop litter, they said thank you very much, and just went into a growing frenzy. So that's what I am going to do. I don't think I am going to put a whole bucket around each plant. I think I'm going to put a half a bucket around each plant. So that means I'll have to make a few trips to the compost pile. So this is my compost. It could be broken down a little bit more, maybe. But I can tell you right now, that's beautiful compost in my opinion. And of course, the bones will add calcium. So here I am at another compost pile. This compost pile is done a little differently. It's not as dark soil, but it's dirt mixed in with chicken coop litter. Now this is a year old. Like I said, this has dirt mixed in with it from one compost pile. This right here is from another compost pile. Same year, they were started the same time. The only difference is this is purely compost, and this is compost with dirt added to it. So there's a little bit of difference in color. This one here is a little bit lighter, a little bit sandier, loamier. And this here is a little fluffier, airier, I guess you would call it. So that's what I'm doing today, folks. So this here, if it's going to focus, is composted chicken coop litter that was shoveled out throughout the winter. Now, let me show you the difference. See the difference in color? This here in another year will be like that. Big difference. And this is stuff that's been in a pile that the chickens keep turning. As you can see, they've strewed it all around, working it up. So if you go in to the coop, you will see a big difference. All right. So while I am here, let me show you the update on the goose nest in the duck coop. She now has 2, 4, 6, 7 eggs in there, and she's keeping them covered up. I'm betting she will start sitting very soon. With my compost that's a year old, I will just spread it around quite liberally, staying away from the stem itself as much as I can. And when it rains, all that good compost will go right down in there. And I just do 6-8 inches around the tree and call it good. So there's that. There's one more to go, but I don't need to show you all of them. I'm just going to show you the one. And that was just about half a 5-gallon bucket. So here I am at my hops bed, and I've started taking away all the dead stuff. I've got a pretty impressive root system going. So this is my hops bed. I removed all kinds of stuff in there. Goes all the way over there. So this is my hops support ends, I guess. What I did was I took a 3-inch pipe, drove it in the ground about 3 feet, then took a 2x2, put it in there. But before I put the 2x2 in there, I filled it with rocks to keep the wood, the plank, the 2x2 up out of the water. This was an old 2x2 to begin with, so I might just replace that. That means I've got to take down that birdhouse, right? Something tried to make that hole just a little bit bigger. There was a bird's nest on top. Probably they put it on top, made it on top because they couldn't get in there. And that would be a robin. So I might ream that hole out a little bit more. That was part of my support system. It's only a 1x2. I think I am going to go with a 2x2 going across. And this yellow rope, I had a mile of that, folks. I did. There's quite a story with that. But that's what I used originally to help train the hop spines. I will never do that again because, as you can see, everything sticks to it. This is part of the hops. A very small, thin piece. It just winds right around, and I can tell you right now, I did a little bit of swearing. So that will be coming out of the garden. I won't do that again, folks. Nope, won't do it.